Hello and welcome to today's speaker card reading. Today's topic is how do men view you? For that, as usual, you have two piles, pile number one and pile number two. And now let's get started. Hi, pile one. If you're attracted to the first pile, then here comes your reading. Okay, the first one is Simhalapada. She is the yogini. Sorry, I shook my camera again. She is the yogini of excellence. See, she has the head of a lion. So that's the significance. That's how men see you. Men view you as a complete lioness who knows how to guard her fortress, who knows what her priorities are and work accordingly as per her priorities. She knows how to protect herself, she knows how to protect her bastion, and she knows how to protect her near and dear ones. You're probably very protective and borderline possessive about your near and dear ones. So it might come across on the shadow side, it might come across as a little bit arrogant, a little bit controlling, but that's not the thing. You are actually very loving and caring in nature. It's just that you have been through a lot of struggle, and you have gained a lot of confidence going through those struggles, but you do not want your near and dear ones to go through the kind of struggles that you had to go through, and that's why you are that much protective about them. You want them to get things easily which never came to you. Yeah, right. The mountain and the sun. See, it shows that you are so powerful. You have so much of strength. You are seen by men as somebody who is very powerful, very 21 and 31. See, they are not consecutive numbers, but if 21 or 31 maybe your age, or 3 or 4 numbers, yeah, that sounds like a confirmation. You are seen by men as somebody who can cross this in unsurmountable mountains, the high mountains, the difficult deserts and mountains of life. You can literally cross any impediment and obstacle. That's how men see you. And you have the potential of being very successful. You're already pretty successful, and men see you, almost the insecure men tend to see you as a threat, as you tend to intimidate a lot of guys. But the right ones, they tend to admire you, they admire your strength, they admire they respect your responsible nature, they respect your whole persona, whole personality in general. So you are seen as somebody who is absolutely here to make it really big in their own life. You are somebody who take care of your near and dear ones. You're very protective about them, but at the same time you yourself are very successful. Yeah, they see you as somebody who has sown, you have been very hardworking. Right from your younger years, probably you've competed with boys growing up, and there were a lot of haters amongst them. Those who were weak used to hate you, used to try to pull you down, but bullying you never really worked because you used to always outsmart them. You have sown a lot of seeds which are growing into prosperity. Probably you started investing pretty early in life. Probably you did things which people could barely imagine doing at your age. So I can see you guys really doing stuff which, like, barely a guy or a girl your age would do. You started doing adult things like investment, trading, learning to code, maybe from below 10 years of age, and now you are reaping the benefits. And men see you as almost like a blue chip company. If you put your mind to something, you will get it done. Probably you are some one of those people who would get a PhD in their early 20s or late teen early 20s. almost like a prodigy. They see you with a lot of awe, with a lot of respect, with a lot of reverence. They see you as that. Okay, King of Swords. You are seen as somebody, you've clearly been a very early achiever. You were almost like a prodigy child. You had mastered certain skills at a very young age. You have sown your seeds very early, which started reaping results. And also, you are somebody who is already now at a very high stage, a very high stature, which makes a lot of people go gaga over you. Men, a lot of men, they tend to find you to be very attractive because of your, probably your calculation scale, your, I can hear, mathematics, economics, finance, trading, some coding, something very calculative, very left brain type stuff, science in general. And you were very, very good at all that skill at a very young age, and you have sown those seeds early. And now you have reached a very high status thanks to those skills of yours. Now you have gone up very, very high, and that's something that men tend to like. But I can see a lot of guys are also intimidated, and they tend to badmouth you behind your back, like bitch shame and slut shame you. You need to learn to protect your wealth. This is a message from the spirit, because a lot of haters, I mean, since you have, I mean, those people who tend to have a lot of you don't have a Barbie doll image. You are like, don't mess with me kind of a girl. I can clearly see that you're an excellent, intelligent person, right? Very smart, outsmarting the guys around you kind of a girl. You've always been that way. And that has created a lot of fuck boys have been like really jealous and intimidated. So what the spirit is telling you, pardon my bad language, what the spirit is telling you, you know what, you need to learn to protect your wealth and prosperity. You probably need to learn to protect, you have created the abundance. Now you need to learn to protect it as well. But okay, so this is a very conflicting message, but I mean, that's how dichotomous life is, right? I can see a very serious person. I mean, you're almost like a reverse aging scenario. Initially, in the initial halves of your life, you're probably a very serious, sincere kind of a person, but now you have loosened up in the, probably in the last few years. You have learned to loosen up. If you're in your 20s, probably last 2 3 4 years. In your 30s, then 5 6 7 years, you have learned to loosen up. You have started embracing the lighter nuances of life. You have started embracing the nicer, apparently trivial stuffs of life, because your heart is very, very pure. You are not somebody who would hold grudges against others, even those others who have done you wrong previously, but you are quick to actually forgive them. You believe in burying the hatchets, and now you have made a lot of friends. I mean, I can see two things. One, you have been very successful, and now your hard work has paid off, and now life is giving you a lot of opportunity to celebrate life, to celebrate it. So you are celebrating life, eh? Secondly, you have been an uptight stick in the mud. Don't mind me saying this, pile one, but accept it. You guys have been too serious in your teens and 20s. So now you have learned to loosen up a little bit, and you are such a nice person that you not only celebrate your own success, but you also celebrate your, maybe your siblings, your friends, your colleagues, their successes as well. So you are a very successful person. Life is giving you a lot of opportunity to celebrate in success, and men see you as somebody who is a completely a wife material, somebody who is a blue chip company. If they are with you, they can take a lot of risks, and you can cover the bases. You're very capable of doing that. At the same time, you can also, you just can't, you are a, definitely you are a giver also in a relationship. They see you as a very stable rock kind of a person, rock stable partner. Yes, and more of abundance is coming your way. What I can see is men see you as somebody who is almost like who can manifest abundance out of nowhere. See, she is manifesting pentacles from thin air, and they just love that, they just admire. Probably recently you have learned about blockchain technology and have started investing in cryptos as well. And you know, your guy friends, your men in the life, or maybe some people who are watching you from afar, they just wonder like what this woman is made up of. I mean, how come she is so successful at like whatever you touch turns into gold? That kind of a scenario is coming. Okay, Queen of the Wheels, Queen of Pentacles, seriously, they see you as somebody who is gonna make it really big in life. Like now you are abundant, but you're going to be some kind of a star if you already aren't very visible socially. You're going to be somebody who's going to be a complete star, but at the same time, they also see you as a very fertile, beautiful woman. I mean, somebody who has a lot of money, which they have made themselves, but has a heart of a gold as well. See, a lot of gold here. I can see you have a heart of a gold and a fertile, attractive woman. You are seen as not just a boring nerd or something, but a very fertile, attractive woman, caring, but you don't let your emotions rule your decision. So a solid person with who is very much in connection with her emotions. Wow, what a balanced person you are. Transformation, things are changing at the cellular level. So you are almost like the transformative change in anybody's life. You're seen as somebody who can bring in a lot of transformation to others' lives. Also, you are somebody who is constantly going through some transformation in their own lives. You are willing to change yourself to make yourself the best version that you can be. You already are very, very good, let me tell you, pile one, but you are somebody who can be that beacon of hope, beacon of life to other people's lives. And in spite of being so successful in your own life, you are somebody who is willing to do more, to achieve more, to be the best version of your own self. Now, the warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Right. You are seen as somebody who is belligerent, who is very passionate about what they do. You stand up. Yes, absolutely. Warrior. The fearless and stand strong. Yes, you are somebody who is fearless. You stand strong. You are very passionate about what you do, what you believe in, and you put in 200% effort if that's what it takes to make it a success. So I can see men see you as somebody who is absolutely combative, somebody who is who knows what she's saying, and goes full throttle in bringing her vision into fruition, because you have done it earlier. You have been very successful in your own personal professional life. See, so the same thing you do everywhere. You bring your conviction, hard work, passion on table everywhere, and that makes you, some people are very intimidated, but most people tend to admire and respect you for that. Traveler, move in a new direction. Absolutely, it means two things. They see you as somebody who loves to travel, who is very well educated, eloquent, and very well traveled, like a world traveler. Probably you are so brave that you are a solo traveler. You love to travel solo. And another thing is, I can see that probably some new change is coming into your life, in your career persona, in your personal life. Somebody might be proposing to you, who is watching you from afar for quite some months, if not years. You are seen as a cosmopolitan woman, period. Also, trader, you're probably a very astute businesswoman. Exchange energy to create abundance. Absolutely. You are very good at selling your stuff. You are very good at your entrepreneurship journey. You have been a fantastic student, and now you are a very astute businesswoman who is very good at selling their stuff and creating an abundance. And that is how people see you. Men see you as somebody who is very capable, brave, passionate, well traveled, works very hard, very much, very well accomplished, maintaining a balance. Yes, this is probably something people feel about you, that you are probably, you're always in this go 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 mode. You're always on the move, on the go. So you probably need to learn to, you know you need to learn to slow down and maintain more of a balance in your life. That is something that people think about you, men feel about you. The burning fire, yes, and determination, absolutely. I mean, they feel the admiration about you, about your success, about your achievements, because they see a lot of fire in your belly to achieve things. The determination to stand up against all odds, the passion to put in as much work as it takes to bring to fruition your own vision. So I can see that men see you as somebody who is combative if needed, passionate, well traveled, very astute, a businesswoman, absolutely sophisticated, yet she knows what she is doing with her life. And that can intimidate a lot of, absolutely, as an alpha female, that's the term. And that can intimidate a lot of people, but let me tell you, the right person would admire you. And there are loads of guys, loads of men who just wish they could be like you. I hope, Pailwan, if you have had some clarity over your situation. If yes, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Namaste. Hi, pile 2. If you're attracted to this, the second pile, then here comes your reading. Okay, how do men see you? Nirya Pada, she is a clairvoyancy. She's a yogini who has the head of a praying mantis. She's a fortune teller, and as I say, she is a clairvoyant. You are seen by men as somebody who is ethereal, who is a spiritual person, and very angelic, believes in occult, priestess kind of a vibe. Okay, Stork and the child. I can see a new beginning that is happening in your life. Either you're getting engaged, or you're starting a new work, or maybe you're starting, your occult practices on the side. There's a very high chance of that happening. And men see you as somebody who is childlike. See, who is childlike, you are innocent, you are very, you can laugh easily, cry easily, show your emotions, very clean hearted. You're seen as that kind of a person who is very clean hearted, somebody who doesn't complicate things, somebody who is easy to talk to, easy to live with, somebody who is, you know a very easygoing, nice person. Okay. Now, hermit. You are also seen as somebody who tends to introspect a lot. Probably you tend to meditate and do your spiritual practices. You spend quite a significant amount of the time of your day in your spiritual practices. You are almost seen, and you don't probably have a lot of friends around. So, men tend to feel that you live your life almost like a hermit in your own shell, in your own cave. Probably you are an introvert, and but a very clean hearted person, somebody who tend to, love their own company way more than anyone else's. And yeah, you are somebody who would introspect, who would meditate, who would like spend their day, instead of doing gossiping and stuff, you will rather practice something, like have some spiritual practices that you would do. You are more of an introverted person. Okay. Six of Cups. Yes, you are seen also as a very caring, maternal person. Yes, absolutely. See, you take very good. You're an introverted, very shy, very. You're an. Once you get to know people, they tend to see this childlike thing. But apart from that, talking to you can also become very difficult. But those who know you in your inner circle, you're almost like you are very maternal to you. If you have kids, then of course, if you have nieces, younger siblings, you're very maternal towards them. You are very caring about the street animals, even those people who do not believe in even hitting insects. You are one of those people, very kind, very introspective, very peaceful, calm, peace loving, nice person. I mean, somebody whom they would want to take to their mother, would want to get married to, best kind of the wife, somebody, a homemaker, that kind of a vibe they get. Temperance, you are a very balanced person, yes. I mean, even if you're passionate about something, you know that the importance of balance in life, you wouldn't overdo something almost. Yeah, another thing is, probably externally people see you as this wise person, somebody who doesn't talk much. You are, I mean, we all are very wise. Once they get to know you, they discover this childlike innocence in you. But before that, on the facade, men tend to notice mostly this wise, beyond your age kind of a person. See, very wise. They tend to do all the duties. They're very good at performing all the duties that they have. Not doing the chores at home, being the best girl, doing, being the teacher's pet. You've been that kind of a person, somebody who has been like, you have maintained a very disciplined life right from the start. That's what guys have seen in you. Judgments, exactly, you tend to introspect a lot. Whenever there is like, you tend to, usually you are, you would avoid confrontation, you would avoid all the altercations, all the dramas that people tend to create. You tend to stay away from those dramas. And if there is something that goes wrong, instead of putting the blame on others, you try to look within yourself and see what you could have done differently. Also, see, she's a beautiful angel. I mean, you have a very angelic aura. This is clearly coming out. I mean, you are very maternal, very nourishing, very responsible, very caring. Everything else said and done, you have a very angelic aura. Somebody, people are hurting, they have had a breakup, they will call you at 3 a.m. in the night. I mean, that's the 3 a.m. friend. You have been that person to a lot of people. You can be a very good counselor. I can see you have been through some grief yourself. Probably you lost one of your parents early. You have been some real, life tend to be very harsh to some people to teach them certain lessons. You are probably one of those who has been taught certain lessons by life. You, I don't know, I mean, you have, yes, high priestess is coming, yes. You are somebody who has a lot of courage. I can see a lot of courage here. You can stand up for what you believe in, but you don't have to pick up your swords. Instead, you have a certain aura about you which you use, maybe your words, your kind words, because I feel you have been through a lot of grief in life, very, some, heart wrenching, gut wrenching kind of pain that you have in your past. And you know not everybody who is traumatized would pass on their trauma. Instead, you believe in healing others. You're almost like that counselor. Clearly, you are, yes, the wise one. You are the wise one. You are that person whom like life has put through a lot of lessons, and you have learned those lessons. See, she has a key. She's holding a key and an owl, I guess. So she's holding the key to other people's subconscious mind. So what you have realized is, once you excuse me, excuse me, once you can unlock the subconscious mind, you can make it believe you can achieve anything, even coming out of the grief. For that, one needs to be able to unlock and reprogram their subconscious mind to change their belief system. You are somebody who have been through the transformation and is now acting as a counselor. Yes, you have been that 3 a.m. frame to umpteen number of friends right from the start, and now you probably even work as a counselor. Somebody who rescues depressed people from the streets. You rescue the drug addicts from the street, you try to counsel them, you rescue the street dogs. You are that kind who is not like passionately combative, no, but they're very compassionate and generous and try to save them in that way. Wise one, yes, you are the wise one. In the current situation, you believe that one needs to grow. You are seen as somebody who is the wise one. See the owl in them. You are seen as this, see, the wise and older person. You have a child within, which people tend to discover, men tend to discover much later to their delight. But first, you are seen as somebody who is very wise, who doesn't talk much. They tend to judge and gauge a situation and act accordingly. Yeah, I can see a lot of owl, being wise, being angelic. These are the themes, these are the things that men tend to notice about you. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. Yes, you are somebody who believes in her own instincts, because I genuinely feel that you have been through some real grief and sorrow in your life, something very early in life which has transformed you at a core level. That is the whole thing that I can feel. Pillar of light, literally, you are like this pillar of light for your whole society. Probably in your locality, you are seen as that person. Whenever somebody is going through some crisis, they come to you. Your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, you are seen as the local high priestess, local counselor. Whenever somebody is going through some crisis, they call you up. That's the whole point. You are the troubleshooter, especially the emotional troubleshooter for a lot of people. Lemuria creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Yes, you are somebody, you are seen as somebody, my men, who can literally create a heaven on earth. You are so wise with your wiseness, with your compassion, with your divine light. A divine hand is there on your head. That's how people see you, like a divine child, a child of divinity who is so compassionate and empathetic towards the humane causes. Almost somebody, yeah, whom people tend to turn to at their darkest hours. That's how men and society in general tend to see you as. Seeing God, almost, yes, they can see the divine light. You know, during the darkest hours, those people who tend to stand by us, people tend to see God in those people, literally. I mean, when you are going to, probably you have been, some place has been hit by hurricane, and you are one of those people who had prepared earlier. You are one of those people who tend to do food preps, and you have food for 50 more people. So you accommodate them during that night for the next few days. For people will literally see those people whom you will rescue. Those people will see God in you for the rest of their lives. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I mean, people see, I mean, you have done so much of rescuing for others that people see God in you guys. Yes, that is the whole and soul theme. Okay, tolerance, you're very tolerant. I mean, you are not egocentric, ethnocentric at all. You're instead, I mean, you probably don't possess much of an ego. Yes, grief. I can see people understand that you have been through. Probably those who know you, they know. Probably you lost your parents earlier, one of your parents very early, or maybe to cancer or something very, something, you saw them suffer. So from that, something has changed in you which made you more compassionate and empathetic. And now Whenever you see other people suffering, you try to extend that hand of compassion to them. You're very tolerant. Even, when grief stricken people tend to become, due to something called PTSD, people post traumatic stress disorder, people tend to become very violent. Even to those, you tend to be very tolerant. You're very tolerant irrespective of people's color, race, caste, gender, sexual preference. You're tolerant towards everybody. Genuinely, men see you as somebody who is very, very tolerant, who is very compassionate, ethereal, almost, first like this high priestess, somebody who is a counselor, somebody who is, who has been through a lot, and now you are very wise. You are the wise one. You are seen as that wise one, that temperance, who is very balanced, somebody who is a fortune teller, a clairvoyant, a very nice, kind, generous kind of a person. That's how men see you. Good qualities, yes. I mean, men probably, not just men. I mean, your society probably, whenever your name is raised, people can only think of good qualities. I mean, people think, I mean, they see God in you. Some men, probably you have rescued them from their difficult situation. They see God in you, like almost divine love in you. They love you so much they can do anything for you. That kind of vibes. It's not hormonally driven. There is nothing wrong with our hormones, by the way, but this is not hormonally driven love. It's like a soulmate for one lifetime, whether they get your affection or not. And they can only think of good qualities whenever they think about you. Wow, I mean, ethereal, divine ethereal being. That's how men see you as. Okay, pile 2, I hope you have had some clarity over your situation. If yes, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Thank you. Namaste.